Exercise 17-17, we're going to be working with working capital. So data for research enterprises follows. So we've got 3 years of information for current assets and current liabilities for this company. So it says compute the dollar amount of change and the percentage of change in research enterprises working capital each year during 2025 and 2024. So we're going to figure out how it changed from 2023 to 2024 and then from 2024 to 2025. And then we need to figure out, well, what do those calculated changes indicate? So first of all, what is working capital? Working capital is when you take current assets minus your current liabilities. So in other words, you pay off all your current liabilities, and how much current assets do you have left? That's the capital that you have to work with. And then the formula for dollar amount of change is just new minus old. So the newer period minus the earlier period. And then the percentage of change is new minus old divided by old. They call it dollar amount of change, which is new minus old, divided by base period, which is old. That's the older period. And then multiply by 100 to convert it to a percent. So first calculate the amount and percentage of change in working capital in 2024. So to know how it changed in 2024, we have to calculate the working capital in 2023 and then calculate it in 2024. So working capital, remember, is current assets minus current liabilities. So in 2023, it was $230,000 of current assets, which we get right here, minus $115,000 of current liabilities. So $230,000 minus $115,000 equals $115,000. Now don't assume that current assets are usually double current liabilities. That's just a coincidence, and the authors should not have done that because it kind of confuses students. Anyway, well, on the homework, it's a good idea to probably print this out and then just do the calculations on the paper. Write down working capital here, here, and here. Next, we need to calculate the working capital in 2024. So $320,000 minus $160,000 gives us working capital of $160,000. Okay? Then we need to figure out the amount of change in working capital. So the working capital was $115,000 in 2023, and then it increased to $160,000. So we're going to take $160,000 minus $115,000 gives us amount of change of $45,000. So working capital increased by $45,000 from 2023 to 2024. And that's good. Working capital, the higher the better. Next, the percentage of change in working capital. So remember, the formula for percentage of change is new minus old divided by old. So I'm going to do it that way. New is 160,000. 160,000 minus 115,000. 115,000. Of course, we've already calculated that as 45,000. So this is new minus old divided by old, which is 115,000. 115,000 equals. Let me try that again. 45,000 divided by 115,000 equals times 100 to convert it to a percent gives us 39.1%, which is also written here. And remember, it says round the percentage to 1 decimal, so 39.1%. Awesome. Next, calculate the amount and percentage of change in working capital in 2025. So how did it change from 2024 to 2025? So we've already got the amount of working capital for 2023 and 2024. Now we need to calculate it for 2025. So it's 490,000 minus 235,000, which is right here, 225,000. So how did it change? It says, what is the amount of change in working capital for 2025. In other words, how much did it change from 160,000 to 255? So 255,000 minus 160,000 gives us 95,000. And then finally, what is the percentage change? Well, working capital was 160,000. It increased to 255, so we're going to do new minus old, so 255 minus 160,000, which is 95,000, divided by old, the previous year, 160,000. So I'm going to do the whole thing. I like to do the new minus old. So I'm going to go 255,000 minus old, which is the previous year, 160,000, 160,000 equals, so that's the amount of change, the 95,000, divided by old, the previous year, in other words, which was 160,000. 160,000 equals times 100 to convert it to a percent gives us 59.4. Again, we need to round to 1 decimal place. Check our answer. Awesome. So let's see what it's asking us now. What do the calculated changes indicate? So it says Research Enterprises working capital has done what year over year from 2023 to 2025? So it was 115, then 160, then 255. So it's increased every year. It's improved every year. Awesome. So that's good. The company's working capital is improving each year. And it's actually increasing at a faster rate, 39% and then 59%. So everything's looking good as far as working capital for this company.